With mechanical keyboards, there are often two different ways that you can go. You can either buy a pre-built keyboard that comes with everything, assembled and already ready to go, or you can build your own from the ground up. One trend that has been picking up traction though is the ability to hot swap switches. With typing being such a tactile experience, being able to change the sound and feel of the keyboard can make work and play even more fun. Companies like Glorious PC Gaming Race, Keychron, and Drop all have great options, but there are other contenders out there with more affordable options like this Vissles V84 that we're looking at today. With hot swap MX style switches, a really robust build, and one of the best typing experiences I've found in a pre-built keyboard, there is a lot to like about the Vissles V84. Coming in at $120, but often on sale for $99, and just $89 plus shipping if you use the code V84 at checkout. The Vissles V84 is probably one of the best pre-built keyboards that I've tried, so let's dive in and take a closer look at it. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Toys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Hey everyone, I'm Jordan with 9 to 5 Toys, and if you haven't heard of Vissles, I hadn't really either before they contacted me about sending me this keyboard for a review. They have no input, they're not sponsoring this thing, but they did send this out for me to check out, and even from when first opening the box, I've been really impressed with what they have to offer. Looking at the rest of Vissles' product portfolio, it is a little surprising to see a keyboard like this. With everything from portable monitors to wireless chargers, their products spread out into a few different categories, but it looks and sounds like they know what they're doing when it comes to keyboards. Vissles has included plenty of accessories to supplement the V84. A nice simple wrist rest sits perfectly underneath the keyboard for a little more support, while the keycap puller and one of the nicest switch pullers I've seen included with the keyboard make it really easy to swap out all the hardware. The V84 also works with both Windows and Mac OS, so there are keycaps included for both operating systems. And while the V84 can be connected via Bluetooth to a mobile device, tablet, or anything else with Bluetooth, it also has a removable USB-C cable that can provide that connection to a computer and also used for charging. Also included are the risers to get the keyboard to a higher angle for typing, some 3M rubberized pads, and a cleaning cloth. Keyboards come in a variety of sizes and shapes these days, everything from the full size with a dedicated numpad over here to the super small 60% or even smaller, more enthusiast keyboards, but what Vissles has here is a 75% layout. This 84T board keeps things small, but still packs all the navigation functionality and F keys along the top of the keyboard. I've been a huge fan of 65% layouts lately, which is very similar to this, would be about the same width, and it gives a lot more room when gaming for big mouse movements and just takes up less space on my desk. But the 75% just adds this function row on top basically, so still has the arrow keys, doesn't have a much bigger layout than a 65%, but has more functionality with these F keys along the top. Taking a quick look at the design and the overall build quality of this, everything feels really solid and really well built. This is a $120 keyboard, often on sale for $100, and just listening to it, there's barely any rattle. No shake, everything feels really solid and really well built. And it is on the heavy side for a keyboard, which I personally like. It doesn't necessarily equate to build quality, but it feels like it kind of relates to build quality, a heavier keyboard. And this one is coming in at 824 grams, so a pretty beefy build. And taking a look around the rest of this case, you can see it is a pretty simple, sleek, blacked out case. On the back here, we do have the USB-C port, which you can plug in to use with the computer or just for charging. Everything else is, pretty seamless. There's not any crazy logos or anything. On the bottom, we do have these little magnetic risers, which will take the angle up to about 6 degrees for a more comfortable typing experience. They don't have a super secure connection like on the Drop Alt. Those are extremely solid with their magnetic risers. These feel a little more loosey-goosey, but because the keyboard, doesn't really move around the desk because of that heavy weight, I had zero issues with these. And on the bottom, we do have that power switch to turn it on to Bluetooth mode. One other really neat feature here, you can kind of see that it's a high profile edge around the side here. And so, that helps to, keep things look a little bit neater. It doesn't let as much light spill around. But if you want to show off your switches, or if you want to show off, some more RGB, one really cool thing that you can do is actually pop off the high profile side and make it more of a low profile keyboard. So this way you can see, your switches really easily, and this might make it easier to clean as well. So probably easier to swap out all the switches and all the hardware and everything. So that's one really neat feature that they have built into this. It's kind of a 2-in-1. You can just kind of set it up however you want. Stock, the Vissles V84 comes with a self-developed VS MX style mechanical switch. These linear switches are on the lighter side, rated at 45 grams actuation force, but give a very pleasant typing experience and sound. They also feature 2mm pre-travel with a 4mm total travel for a pretty standard cherry feel. Typing is quiet, but the switches and overall keyboard build deliver an incredibly satisfying sound that I really haven't found on any other pre-built keyboard. And so here we'll do a quick sound test of typing on the V84. So from a pre-built keyboard, I mean, this is some of like the best linear switch sound that I've ever tried. One of my previous favorites as far as like sound and feel was the HyperX Alloy Origin 60, and here you can hear how that sounds. It still gives a very satisfying, it doesn't rattle at all, it still has a lot of weight to it, a very great keyboard. But this Vissles V84 just takes it to, a completely another level. It just sounds and feels so good, especially for $120 or $100 if you get it on sale. In a pre-built keyboard, hot swappable, you can swap those out if you want. Just super impressed with the quality of this thing. The only downside here are that the stabilizers don't feel or sound the greatest, but once again, for the price and performance of the switches, that really hasn't been that big of a deal for me. With a lighter linear switch like this, I do find myself unintentionally hitting keys when gaming and even sometimes when typing scripts. But that being said, because they are so lightweight and sound so good, this has just been a really fun keyboard for typing. But if you find that the switches aren't to your liking, you can quickly and easily swap them out. Actually, even if you're just bored and want to switch it up, I found that hot swap keyboards like this and the Drop Alt are a lot of fun to tinker with. More and more websites are starting to carry mechanical switch components, and so it's kind of fun to hop in and buy some different switches and just play around with different things, try out different sounds and feels. So the fact that you have that capability as well with this, incredible keyboard already is just really great. For keycaps, Vissles is using white PBT caps with a good-looking, simple font. It's not too gamery and is very easy to read. The V84 comes with keycaps for Mac OS installed, but can quickly and easily be swapped for PC configurations. The combination of these keycaps, switches, and the rest of the build make for that great feeling and sounding typing experience. I'm still a budding keyboard enthusiast, but to me, this board sounds and feels much higher quality than the $119 price point would suggest, especially with that long feature list. The lettering on the keycaps isn't shine through, but up where the actual letter is a little bit more translucent, so at night you can still see the outline of the letters. It makes it very easy to figure out where you are and where the different letters are. And of course, one of the great features is that this is also wireless, so you can use it via Bluetooth. And to connect via Bluetooth, you just need to flip the switch in the back and turn it on. And then what you would do is hold function and anything from Q through T. So those are how you will assign the 5 different, Bluetooth connections. You hold those until the T starts flashing white, and then you should be able to find the Vissles keyboard in your device under Bluetooth connections. And once you have connected multiple devices, you can quickly press, function Q or W and swap in between those seamlessly. Vissles has also packed RGB into the board with 19 dynamic backlit options, or you can program your own visuals using the software from Vissles. While there isn't any lighting around the sides of the keyboard like the Drop Alt, the keycaps shine and glow to light up the keyboard quite brightly. And if you do want some more of that light, just take off the high profile side to let more of that light shine from the switches. And with a 3,750 mAh battery, the V84 should be able to get you over 150 hours of wireless use with RGB turned off. So all in all, wrapping up here, I've been very pleasantly surprised by the Vissles V84. From features to typing experience, everything is delivered much more than what I was expecting, especially for that price. Personally, I'd probably prefer a little more weight on the included linear switches, but a part of me just wants to get used to them because the board sounds and feels so good in the stock form. So for a pre-built, very affordable, hot swappable keyboard, I've just been really impressed with what Vissles has to offer with the V84. I think the people who are just getting into mechanical keyboards are gonna love something like this because it does give you that customizable, functionality, but also in its stock form is just a really great performing keyboard. If you use the code V84 at checkout, you can get it for $89 plus shipping. And that'll do it for our review. Of course, we'll have a link down in the description if you do want to pick up this keyboard, and thanks for watching. Let us know what you think about it down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. This is Jordan with 9to5 Toys.